Alright guys, I'm back with my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for March 25th, 2013. They're going to try and put over some more WrestleMania angles on this show, and starts off with CM Punk coming out with Paul Heyman, who is holding the urn. And Punk starts throwing the urn around again, and he says he didn't take the urn to disrespect Paul Bearer. He took the urn because of what it means to The Undertaker. And Taker's streak would continue possibly to 50-0 if he was facing anyone else, but CM Punk is the best, and Taker's perfect record will rest in peace. So the lights go out, and Taker's in the ring. He attacks Punk. He knocks the urn out, and Heyman grabs it and just takes off running, which was hilarious. But he's punching CM Punk. CM Punk escapes. And that was it. I didn't think there was anything really special about this. It was really cool to see Taker out there fighting and to show up after the lights come back on and everything. I thought that was cool, but there was really nothing special to this. Fandango comes out, and he's about to say his name when Jericho interrupts him. He runs out and attacks him. Fandango goes to the back, and it's Dolph versus Jericho. And they show a little tweet at the bottom of the screen from Milan Miracle, which apparently is Santino's Twitter account. And he says there is disrespect, and then there is disrespect. CM Punk has gone too far. Hashtag Raw. It's just these superstar tweets. They're very distracting because a lot of the times they're so ridiculous I can't help myself. I have to read them. Jericho drop kicks Big E off the apron. Ziggler taps to the walls of Jericho, so his little winning streak is over now. Afterwards, Big E lays out Jericho, and Fandango comes back out. He dances next to him and attacks him, hits the leg drop off the top, and he's standing over Jericho. He gets a microphone, he's standing over him, and Jericho is begging him, don't say a word. Don't say a word. Basically telling him that he's attacked him, he's laid him out. It would be better if you just stand over me and leave. Don't say anything. So, of course, Fandango says, "It's Fandango!" And I like Johnny Curtis. I think he's doing a lot with what he's been given. But at the same time, he didn't listen to Jericho's advice here, and I really don't blame him. I think the only reason he did this is because he was afraid of what they would say in the back. If they told him to say Fandango to end the segment, a lot of the guys just don't want to step up backstage and say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to do that. And they'd rather just go with the flow and not cause any waves. But Jericho was saying, don't say anything. Don't say anything. You could hear it clearly. And of course he does say something, so I'm sure he's going to be fine. I think he does have a lot of talent. It's just this character really sucks. But anyways, Sheamus is talking to Stryker about Big Show when the Shield attacks him. Orton tries to save him, hits Reigns with a chair, and they start beating up Orton, and then Big Show shows up, and he lays out the rest of the members, and they run away. So, I actually wanted to mention something here. I was listening to one of the Wrestling Observer shows, and Brian Alvarez has this idea about the Shield that you guys might find interesting. I personally don't really think it's going to happen, but he actually said that he could see Randy Orton being the leader of the Shield. And at WrestleMania, everybody's expecting Big Show to be the guy they can't trust. And when it comes down to it, the one that's going to turn on him is Randy Orton. And he's going to become the leader of the Shield and possibly start a feud with John Cena maybe or something like that. So I thought that was an interesting idea. Mark Henry versus the Usos in a handicap match. Henry destroys the Usos. It's the world's strongest slam for the win. Afterwards, he slams them both again, splashes one of them, and says, "Nobody splash me." God, Mark Henry's awesome. We get Cesaro versus Del Rio. Ricardo Rodriguez is out there on crutches, and Jack Swagger runs out and attacks Ricardo, throws him into the stairs, and he tries to drag him off like it's a horror movie. And Del Rio saves him. and loses the match by countout. So Cesaro gets a win over the world champion here, but afterwards Del Rio attacks Cesaro, puts him in the armbar. Team Hell No versus the Primetime Players. Dolph, AJ, and Big E come out to watch. Kane hits a chokeslam on Darren Young for the win. And they have a stare down with Dolph's group afterwards. Nothing much to it. Triple H comes out. Oh man, these segments suck. Triple H comes out and says Brock is a destroyer, but Brock needs to show up at Mania like his career is on the line and he's going to kick his ass. Wade Barrett comes out and Triple H kicks him in the balls. We get Barrett versus Miz. Crowd didn't care at all. Was completely dead for this match. And I think they were chanting boring. And maybe it's because you use your Intercontinental Champion to promote movies and get kicked in the balls by Triple H. Maybe that's why people don't care about him. I don't know. So Miz wins with the figure 4. It's going to be a WrestleMania match. Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Caitlyn are talking about AJ and how crazy she is. AJ's eavesdropping and attacks Caitlyn. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Caitlyn versus AJ at WrestleMania for the Divas title. And I just feel really bad for Layla. I mean, God, how shitty must that feel for her to just, you know, you go, the company doesn't care about you. They probably cut her matches sometimes. Some shows they don't have any Divas matches, and for Layla they probably cut the matches. And then when you do get a match, you go out there and the crowd doesn't care at all. I mean, because they never see the Divas, there's no real build to the matches. So of course when they go out there, the crowd just doesn't care. So it's a thankless job. And then you have this storyline that you think has potential, and at the last minute, they pull it out from under you. They don't give it the attention it deserves, and your big WrestleMania match, they're just going to say, hey, we decided we're going to go with AJ. I mean, damn, that's got to be depressing as hell for her. It's really sad. The Shield versus Khali, Zack Ryder, and Justin Gabriel. Ambrose puts Gabriel in a surfboard and Rollins jumps off the top, hits him with a knee to the head, gets the win. Afterwards they triple powerbomb Khali. Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show surround them. They attack the Shield and force them to retreat. Yeah, nothing really special in this match either. I mean, they were trying to put the Shield over with Khali, Zack Ryder, and Justin Gabriel. And same stuff they've been doing on SmackDown. Jericho tells Matthews Fandango has kicked his ass twice now, but they have a match at Mania. I think we all expected that one. Rhodes Scholars with the Bellas versus Brodus and Sweet Tea. Cody gets splashed by Brodus. He rolls to the outside, and the Bellas run over to check on Cody, and the Funkadactyls just attack them for no fucking reason. They weren't doing anything wrong here, and the Funkadactyls just run over and start beating them up. So that was just, no thought was put into this. Cody hits the disaster kick on Brodus for the win. Ryback versus 3MB. Ryback picks up Slater and Jinder, hits Shell Shocked for the win. They announce on SmackDown it's going to be Mark Henry versus Ryback in a weightlifting competition. I am excited to see this, I have to say. I just hope they actually lift some weights and it doesn't just instantly turn into a fight. AJ versus Caitlyn. Caitlyn tries to spear AJ on the outside. AJ moves. Caitlyn hits the barricade. AJ wins by countout. And the last thing is Jerry Lawler hosting a segment with Booker T, Mick Foley, Dusty Rhodes, and Bret Hart, which was probably a little strange with Bret Hart and Triple H backstage, and they're going to ask Cena and Rock some questions. Foley actually says he gets flack for being a Cena fan, which was kind of awkward. But I didn't write all this shit down because this segment lasted a very long time. It caused Raw to go over to like 3 hours and 20 minutes total. In fact, my DVR cut off just a few minutes before the show was completely over. That's how long this thing ran. But they ask him some questions. Cena says Rock doesn't know about failure. Rock says he knows about failure. Then they kind of put each other over, and Rock pushed me to my limits, and Rock says Cena has more heart than anyone else, and then they kind of go back and say, well, I'm going to kick your ass, and I don't know, it was actually entertaining for as long as it was. But I don't know, at the end they push each other, and Cena does the you can't see me thing and goes for the AA, and Rock reverses it, hits the rock bottom, lays Cena out, and leaves. So that was the end of Raw. Oh man, this was a long show. I thought it was average. I mean, nothing really special. Triple H cut a promo on Brock Lesnar. Taker attacked Punk, and Cena and Rock had their panel. I actually have to admit, the whole debate with Cena and Rock was at least something. Up until now, they haven't really done much with this feud, so I'm glad they did this because at least it was something to build to this match. But as far as WrestleMania goes, I'm really not sure, because no matter when Cena beats Rock, and I know we all expect Cena to beat him here to get his win back, but he's going to get booed like crazy no matter when he beats Rock. But I could see WWE, because we all expect Cena to win, actually having Rock beat Cena again, and then they do the match again at the next pay-per-view or something, and then Brock Lesnar cost Rock the match. Cena wins, becomes the champion, and Rock can ride off, and then next year they can go on to build up Rock versus Brock, which I heard is something they want to do. That's what they want to do for next year's Mania, is Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. So I think that would be a good way to do it without Cena just beating Rock. At least I hope that's what happens. I would like to see Rock win at WrestleMania, and it would kind of be a surprise, because I know everybody thinks Cena's going to win. But yeah, that was this week's Raw. Just an average show, a very long show, and there really wasn't anything special on here. Nothing I thought was really great. It was cool to see Bret Hart, Dusty Rhodes, all those guys out there, but yeah, it was a very long segment. So anyways, that's my review of this week's show. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye. Jericho comes out, and he's about to say his name when Jericho interrupts him. He runs out and attacks him. Fandango goes to the back, and it's Dolph versus Jericho. And they show a little tweet at the bottom of the screen from Milan Miracle, which apparently is Santino's, with Paul Heyman, who is holding the urn. And Punk starts throwing the urn around again, and he says he didn't take the urn to disrespect Paul Bearer. He took the urn because of what it means to The Undertaker. And Taker's streak would continue possibly to 50-0 if he was facing. Alright guys, I'm back with my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for March 25th, 2013. They're going to try and put over some more WrestleMania angles on this show, and starts off with CM Punk coming out, where CM Punk escapes, and that was it. I didn't think there was anything really special about this. It was really cool to see Taker out there fighting, and to show up after the lights come back on and everything. I thought that was cool, but there was really nothing special to this. Fandango facing anyone else, but CM Punk is the best, and Taker's perfect record will rest in peace. So the lights go out, and Taker's in the ring. He attacks Punk. He knocks the urn out, and Heyman grabs it and just takes off running, which was hilarious. But he's punching CM Punk.